Welcome back to the channel. It's Friday. It's been a banger of a day. Nothing but non-stop Costco's and corner shops. So I hope you all are doing good in your market. The funny thing is I wear this shirt. It says, please no cases of water. It's on my merch channel if you're interested. And I'm up to 5 cases so far today. So I wonder what a customer thinks when I walk to their door wearing the shirt. The last one chuckled while I did it. But hey, gotta get something out of it. Hope you're all doing well, making your money. And let's get on to this trip today and let's see how much we can get out of it. It's so hot though. But let's enter the giglife. Friday morning. And we are back at H-E-B on a Instacart $15, close to $16 order for 16 or 17 items, a mile or two from the store. Shouldn't take but 15-20 minutes to shop it. All told, maybe half an hour. Well, let's get inside and get this shopping done.
Understand why you don't wanna be holding hands. Never let me see your true colors blend. Yeah, do you like me too? Tell me, 'cause I'm freezing here, freezing here. All my life I've been waiting for the hard times to move on to good times. If you come around, maybe I will get the hopes up. Maybe it's the good love. Time stands still when you call out my name. Maybe it's the good stuff. All my life I've been waiting for the bad love to move on to good love, good love. I put my heart on you. Don't run off and wear it out, wear it out. Can I have your heart too? I promise I'll be careful now, careful now. But I don't wanna try if what you say is just another lie. Is our love for real or not? Yeah, oh, in love with you. You make me move easier, easier. All my life I've been waiting for.
All right, delivering a $25 corner shop order, 6 items. It is this one. I'm definitely having to work for it. There's the bags and stuff. Let's get it upstairs, second floor, and you'll see what I already had to carry up. Yeah, water and Gatorades. This is third trip. Welcome back to the channel. Or if you've been with me on this journey for a while, I appreciate you. Thank you for all the longtime subscribers who've been with me from the start. And if you're new to the channel, thank you as well for joining. All right, just to recap, I am a part-time gig worker using all the different gig apps. I started with Instacart about 3 years ago during the pandemic, and that's usually still my bread and butter app the majority of the time. So I've got Instacart. I then went to Uber Eats, then got signed up on DoorDash, on Grubhub, on Shipt, on Spark, and Cornershop. Cornershop is starting to become the bigger one in my market. I can usually get a fairly good amount of, it's not a ton of orders, but the pay is fantastic. If you've been watching any of my videos, you'll see. Usually every week I've been averaging $400 to $500 a week on Cornershop, and it's usually with 8 or 9 orders, low mileage, low effort. So those are some of the best orders I've seen. Always at Costco. So it's a Friday morning, and just like normal, I've got Cornershop. So I've done one already, and just dropped that one off and immediately got another one. This one's $35, 1.9 miles from the store. It's got to be some water though, because the weight's like 250 pounds. I think it was only 4 or 5 items. So I'm guessing there's probably a couple cases of water in there. Hopefully it's not an apartment, which is what I just dropped off to. But hey, if it is, it is. I'm getting my workout, and the pay is pretty good on it. So I don't have a problem with that. You've seen my hustle on this channel. I'm out in the heat, carrying a lot of heavy items. So my bread and butter orders are always usually through Costco. Obviously the prices of items are much higher, so that means the tip is going to be better. I used to, on Instacart, during the pandemic, I used to be able to get $100, $150, 80, all high dollar numbers on Costco runs. And the base pay from Instacart used to be fantastic. So the tip was okay, but the base pay used to take it. Obviously, since pandemic, the volume, the economy, the way everything's going, you're lucky to see any order above $30 in my market on Instacart. I know some markets, there's still some high-paying Costco batches, but in my market, it's very rare. I've been doing it out here for about 6 or 7 months, and I've seen maybe a total of 4 batches from Costco through Instacart that were above $50. I've had one that was 100, and I've had one that was 70. Those are the 2 highest paying ones I've had. Very few and far between. Twice in the 7 months that I've been here. So it's a little bit less. So luckily, Cornershop has picked up the slack for me. Put down in the comments, what are some of the apps that you guys use? What's your favorite apps to use? If you have questions on any of the apps that I use or want to see videos on them, I'm more than happy to do them. Kind of backed away from Spark. I loved it when I first joined it, but if you've seen my other video on tip baiting, you'll know why I've kind of backed away from that. And it definitely seems like it's super saturated in my market right now. Before, orders would pop up and you had plenty of time to accept. Now they're kind of gone right away. Even the no tip and low pay orders. So it's become, to me, in my market, like DoorDash at that point. So it was good while it lasted, but I'll jump on there every once in a while. But the majority of videos I've been making are primarily with Cornershop and Instacart. Sprinkle in a little Uber, very little DoorDash if I've got it. I am signed up for Shipt, but in my market, I just don't see orders that are worth it. You don't see the tip ahead of time. I've done maybe 2 or 3 orders here in my market, and the tip that came afterwards just didn't justify the level of work. But we're heading over to the Costco. Catch up with you when I get there. Okay, when I see on the news about all this shortage, oh my God. Definitely ain't a water shortage. At least at a Costco. Holy cow. All right, so there's the loadout for this order. Nice water. Everything else is pretty light. You got a 25-pound bag of rice, a little bit of potatoes. Good workout. I look at it as kind of getting paid to do a workout, right? As long as you don't injure yourself. So let's load up and get out of here. All right, on a $28 Instacart order, it's a double shop though. So it's Costco for like 10 items and then H-E-B for another 7 items. So not a super order, but needed to get out of the house and get on my feet and get going. And so took this order. Let's get shopping. All right. So these wiper blades. Crazy, y'all. People can order wiper blades on Instacart. Let me look up the model number.
Maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light. I'm so sick of waiting and getting too restless to be in this dusty town. I've heard of this place where.
Alright, there's supposedly a 10-pack shortage. Oops, sorry. Supposedly a 10-pack shortage here, but I don't see that in my market. Alright, heading off to the H-E-B to do the second shop in this order. And again, another crazy order where Instacart puts them together. But yeah, I decided to take it this time and see. Last time I was pretty fast, so wasn't too worried about it. But I'm super curious here to see who is either low tipping or no tipping, because it doesn't make sense that you send you to 2 separate stores. This first order was $160 at a Costco, so even at a 5%, what's that work out to? 10% will put you at a $16 tip. So $8 tip potentially on this one if they just left the default. And it's a $27 order with Instacart's batch pay, They did put heavy pay, even though I don't see anything heavy, but whatever, they put heavy pay. So I think it was the base pay from Instacart was like $10. So that means if there's an $8 tip from this customer, that puts you at 18. And if the order was 28, another $10. So both customers probably tipping. The default 5% would be my guess. And, really should have been separated in 2 separate batches, given to 2 separate shoppers. But hey, Instacart saved the $5 extra. If it was 2, it would have been $14 base pay that they would have had to pay out to shoppers, right? $7 base on each. But in this case, they paid me 10, right? So they saved themselves the $4 by putting these together. And the customers probably tip, but we'll see. I'm curious. Always like to see what's going to go on. So let's head over to the H-E-B to do this shop. We'll catch up with you after we get there.
Thought maybe things are gonna be alright. 'Cause I just wanna see the light.
All right, so dropped off the first order, that Costco one, and so the second order that these guys have me delivering, Instacart has me delivering for H-E-B, it's got ice cream. So crazy, right? At least I've got an insulated bag, but I mean, it's like 20 minutes away. So they had me get this ice cream, go deliver, and then take it to somewhere else. I mean, it's got to be wild up in here. I suspect, right, that this is the no-tip order, right? It was only $28 worth of items. So we're going to see, but I have a sneaking suspicion it's a no-tipper. But we'll check it out. Let's head off and drop this off. All right, dropped off that second order. Going to put up the total for it. They got y'all, boy. They got me. They got me. I told you I called it, right? When you do this enough, you start to be able to call, when you got the miserable humans.
Emotional, damn it!
Right. The second one was a no-tipper. Right. So, the first one tipped the 10%, which their order was $160, so their tip was $16. Instacart paid $10 base pay, which put $26, and they had some kind of a promotion, which they didn't even show me, but I guess they had a $2 promotion somehow baked into it. So the miserable customer I just delivered the stuff to had a no tip in the order. So they knew that customer on their own would not have gotten their order, right? So they got it taken by, I didn't need that customer in it at all. $3 is what Instacart paid me for that customer is basically it, right? Because the customer didn't tip. So the base pay, $7, the heavy pay is what they claim. So actually, it probably didn't pay me anything extra for that customer. Everything that was paid was because of the Costco order. $7 batch pay, heavy pay got thrown in, so it took it up to a $10 base pay from Instacart, right? And so if I had dropped that customer, I would have never even had to gone to shop at the H-E-B and drove the extra 6 miles to deliver it to them. Wow, I should have trusted my gut, and I should have dropped that order after I did the Costco, right? I could have picked up the Costco, and then I could have contacted support and say, hey, I can't go to the H-E-B security. You could give support any kind of an issue and just say, I need to drop the second order, right? And let that miserable person who I just delivered to have their stuff sit there all day, right? And it shows even Instacart didn't care about that customer because they had me get the ice cream, right? And then that, I'm sure, was melted. So not only did they not tip, but I'll probably get a 1-star rating from them that had nothing to do with me. Right? It was in the insulated bag, but it's still a little soft, and they're ice cream cones, small ones. So, the person who no tips is going to be the first person to mark you for having some issue with something. So, but let's shake that one off, right? Those kind of things happen when you do these. It's just so you know, this is where Instacart did a multi-store order, right? And the only purpose of them doing that was to get me to deliver their order to that miserable customer. We had you drive 7 miles from their house and pick up, 10 different things from the grocery store and back the tip. $2 tip would have been sufficient. No, backed it out to zero. Miserable person. Well, all you can do is in Instacart, when I run into those, I marked it, put the address, flag it in my Google Maps. So when I take a batch the next time, and if I do happen to see, because you don't know when you take a batch, right? Whether the customer, if it's a double stacked batch, triple, whatever it is, you don't know which one of the customers is not tipping. My intuition is almost 100%. I don't think I've ever got myself wrong. I don't know why I didn't cancel it this time. Just decided to write it out. But my intuition is usually that the last one you're delivering to in a stack is the one who's not tipping, especially if they're farthest from the store, right? If they're the farthest from the store, then they're most likely not tipping. You know, there probably was a store closer to that person, but because there was no tipping, right? No shopper was taking it. They threw it to a store farther away from that person that was right where I'm going to shop, right? So to save themselves the added $7 batch pay, they threw it to me. So it is what it is. Miserable way to end the day, at least. But hey, you know, these things happen in this gig world. You gotta suck it up and let it roll right off your back and go along with it. But it's the first no tipper I've had in quite some time on Instacart. But hey, it is what it is. So with that being the order of the day, I did a bunch of corner shops that I showed you earlier. I did, can't remember what all I did on this Friday. It's mostly been corner shops. I think I did one Instacart earlier in the day, a small one. But I'll put all the totals up. It's a good Friday. I'm going to call it a day. I know I'm well over my $100 mark for the day. I had a $30 corner shop, two $30 corner shops, and another $28 corner shop, which put me at roughly 78 mark somewhere in there. This Instacart put me at 28 for that. So I'm up at the 100, a little bit over, but I'll put all the totals up anyway to recap. Hope all of you are doing well in your market and you're able to sustain. Put down in the comments, what are the apps you're primarily using? Are you seeing the summer slowdown? What are some of the strategies you're doing to adapt to the things that are going on out there with the recession coming, the economy the way it is? I'm still blessed in that I'm still able to hit my numbers for the week. So I can't ask for more than that, right? I know a lot of people are struggling. And so the fact that I'm able to still meet my goal is the best thing that I can do. And I hope you enjoyed following along with me today. I appreciate anybody who's watching. Appreciate if you like and subscribe, hit the notification bell if you would. Let YouTube know you're liking this content you're watching. And we'll catch you on the next video. Have a good night.
With the blackout night clouds rolling along.